Well, that's weird. Oh. Weird. Hello. Hey, where the hell did we get this Thrones and Liberty at, huh? Is it on Steam? It's not on Steam. Where it be? Is it on Steam? Oh, shit. Okay. My bad. Grow his old beard back. Hell no, man. It's not that fun. It's all scraggly, too, when it gets too low. This is way better. Oh, yeah. I guess when I typed Throne, I couldn't find it.
This is my time slot.
Not anymore. Go back to your stream. Pay attention to your viewers. Jeez. Give them attention. They're starving for attention, Vin. My God. You playing Nordland. Isn't it good, huh? Yeah, I'm all about this game. I'm hoping that this is the beginning of something cool, you know? Comes out September 17th, which is really close to TwitchCon, but I need them to reschedule, you know, for me. Yeah, you might as well, Stone. We'll group up. Run around killing stuff. Hey, Doug Peel. Was it Jacoby's just talking in the chat? Or is that old? Hey, he's talking. Oh, it was at 4 a.m. Right. Well, we got a sponsor at 4:30 for Path of Exile, and I thought, hey, what the hell? Thrones comes out, so I'll jump on early and play it. Yeah, it sounds like a good time to me. We like the game because it's supposed to be like this big-time MMO war game, you know? Like Camelot back in the day. By NCSoft. Published by Amazon Games. Could be a good time. I don't know anything about Path of Exile 2. I know it's about their new expansion. Or yeah, it's at 4 p.m. Do I look like him? I don't think so. No. I think he looks like me. You know, I am Burke Black, man. It's the settlers of Kalguur, I think. Yeah, that's the Path of Exile thing. Yeah, it says September 20th. That's what it is. Pretty accurate. Pretty accurate.
Long ago, the Star of Siliveth shattered. Its fragments spread across the land, granting immense power to a lucky few. But where there is light, there is also darkness. Malevolent forces have arisen, seeking to claim the power of the stars for themselves. You must harness this celestial power. Fight back against the Archeum Legion and free our world. Silesium is a vast, living, breathing open world with diverse environments to explore and deadly enemies to defeat. Shapeshift into legendary creatures to carry you through the air and over the waves.
That's sick.
Push back against the Legion in tactical combat across a seamless world. Take up arms and join others as you fight alongside fellow guild members. As your skill grows, you'll unlock powerful new abilities. Adjust your fighting style to counter your enemies. Use ranged attacks to draw your enemies in. Then swap to hard-hitting melee to finish them off. The Legion isn't the only enemy you'll need to fight. Battle other players in PvP dungeons. Player-controlled castle sieges. Open-world combat. And conquest battles for territory. Gather your guild. Prepare for battle and claim the throne.
It was like it was like classic RTS. RTS? MMO. From the frickin' 90s.
Our guiding star has shattered. Its shards scattered across the world.
What's going on? Thrones and liberty, baby.
An ancient evil searches for these lost fragments, destroying anything in their path. You must find them. harness their power and put down this threat once and for all.
Looks like an orc. Like that orc unit that they summoned, made of rocks. So yeah, should be pretty good. At the end of the day, it's just something fun, you know? Yeah. Yeah, it's on Steam. Yeah, I would say like let's get in there, make a little of our own guild, play around, see how we like it. If we love it, then we plan for an event on the 17th. Do a nice community thingy, my bopper, you know? All right. Come on now. Yeah, that's the real question. Can we sail the Seven Seas? Looks great. Just got the $100 package. Yeah, without even trying it yet. You should try it first. What if you hate it? That's the Burke Black shit you just did there. I mean, the open beta opens in like 2 minutes, so.
Welcome to Throne and Liberty. You can set whether or
Yeah, this is time to tell you dumbass Americans to stop with your online bullshit. All right, keep your freedom in check. You ain't got freedom to just talk shit. Damn it. Leave that for Xbox Live. I don't know. I'll try action. What sort do we want to do? How about something nice and simple? NA East 20. East 20. How about that? East 20. Easy to remember.
The Star of Siliveth. It is said to be the seal stone containing
It's
Siliveth,
Isildur.
goddess of destruction. This magical star of destruction were shattered into pieces all across the world.
Stuttering
And
because
those who
it's
are
doing
born of this
optimization.
fragment were called the Star Children. In 1192, during an age of conflict, the Archean commander Khazar sought to use the power of the star fragments as a tool of war, and sent the witch Calanthea to the remote island where the wizard Jan Junath hid the Star Children.
We must protect the children at all costs.
Protect the children! Protect them! And the evil empire took that personally. Oh, Necromancer, yeah.
I'm sorry, child.
Oh, well, we're all dead. Please select a character's body type. Am I dude man or dude lady? Dude man? Dude lady? Dude man? Dude man. Huh. Oh, wow, yeah. You can do some cool stuff here. Yeah. Crazy eyes. I don't want brown. Yeah, kind of like, you know, he got messed up. little bit, little bit, little bit. I don't freaking know. Yeah, it's a nice editor. I don't see like, you know, white. That's just like an option. But eh. It's kind of cool. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even know if there's even a reason to do this, considering that. Is like no hair an option? Oh, there we go. Yeah, that's good. Bulky, baby. Yeah. Looks good. What? I mean, I hate it when like a tutorial kicks in and you're instantly in combat, you know? You ain't got no time to read nothing. Holy crap, you can zoom out. Now it's an RTS.
Now, hit back!
Okay, so you can kind of dodge. What key? Can I use voice chat in this zone? But why the hell is it that key? Where the hell are my Oh, settings. There it is. Shortcuts? You gotta admit, that's a weird spot for that. Mail? Man, I don't want that to be mail. There we go. How convenient. No, I got the key. It's just not in a nice and easy, accessible place.
Awaken the wild power in the star fragment!
Shift plus W. Oh, there we go.
All of you, get me the star fragment!
Wait, am I fighting her?
I won't let that happen! Wake up!
Thanks, buddy.
Well done.
Hey, thanks, bud. Whoops.
That feeble child has grown so well. You have a special star fragment within you. A power with infinite possibilities.
Oh, that's me.
But beware, as there are dark beings who are after that power. You must control the star fragment's power. Do not be consumed by the darkness.
Korean keys, they have not changed it. Reload is usually R, right? Isn't reload usually R everywhere?
After all these years,
Like
the
reloading
nightmare
guns and
has
stuff, it's usually
returned
always
as a
R.
vision.
Nope, it's Korean. For reload? That's only Koreans have ever used the letter R to reload, like weapons and stuff. That don't sound right. Ah, who goes there? There's go. All right.
So that's where you were. I was
Benny.
looking for you. Lottie transported supplies to the North Guard. Could you go with her to take the supplies? She'll need you since it's so dangerous. I'd go myself, but for my arm.
Oh no.
Give me a hand.
I bet he's faking. It's like a WWF thing where they're faking. He's gonna hit me from
Lottie.
behind.
She
with a-
didn't
with a
take the map
spray can.
again. Damn it. She'll probably get lost trying out a shortcut without this map. Can you bring it to her?
All
pick up the map on the table.
All right.
Now get going, friend.
Who the hell knows, Boom? Who the hell knows?
Hurry up the stairs and get out of here. Must be urgent since he asked.
Title drop. Oh. Huh. That's adorable. You know they're gonna have skins out the ass for this. Oh yeah. Oh, that's cool. That's what I want to be. I want to be a goose. Geese. Most vile, evil bird in the world. Trying to go somewhere? Nope. Goose is gonna beat your ass. What the hell is that? Well, that's great. Oh, I wanna look like that.
Oh, I forgot the map again. Hey, what are you doing here?
Hey, what are you doing
What
here?
brings you here?
New PvP. I'm here for PvP.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I was just going back to get it. Thanks. I should get going.
Oh, you were going back to get PvP. Okay. All right. You know where I could do PvP?
It's true, I was about to move the delivery. Did Benny tell you? Honestly, I told him not to worry. Well, it certainly won't hurt to have you come along. Let's go.
Okay.
I guess the Archeum portal is opening again. We need to deliver some munitions across Wisperian before they invade. We'll want to bring weapons.
17 for the release.
You never know when you'll get into a fight.
I will never
Let's
know.
head to supplies management first. Connell should have a weapon chest ready for us. Now, let's go.
Be careful, my friend. Oi-ho! Where are you headed? You seem new.
I am so glad this game is fully voiced. At least for now. Tutorial. It may not be later on.
We're running low on...
Here, Connell has prepared the weapon chest.
Are you going to give supplies to the guards? Just in case. We've prepared all There's a training dummy over there, so you can practice
Weapon
with your new
introduction.
weapons.
Great sword is well balanced.
After all, it's your
Allows for
weapons that'll
devastating
save your
combo
life in
attacks paired
battle.
with high health pools. All right. The sword and board. Ha! How many grants you high defense and unique methods of crowd control. Take control of the field of battle, drawing enemies to you. Dagger is high damage, stealth, poison. Yeah, all right. Longbow specializes in long-range sniping, immobilizing enemies from a distance. Used to speed up healing. It's a support. It could heal with a bow and arrow. How about that? Enables you to fight in style with fast movement and relentless pace of attack. Now, you wouldn't think crossbow would be fast. Staff puts your elements of creation at your fingertips with it. Massive explosive magical attacks and deals significant damage to an area. Magic can turn the tide to battle, even when surrounded by multiple enemies. And then the wand. The wand is a support weapon. It helps heal and buff your allies, in addition to ensuring your party survival. Well. All right. Found in review available items. Right click on an item to equip it. Swap weapon sets to equip a second weapon type. Weapon effects. Close the flame. Alright. I wonder what the second weapon. Something ranged, probably. Go with that. Open the menu. Skills. Undefeated enemy. Unleash a fury. Okay. Change your combat style based on your selection. Skills added to quick slots can be used in combat. All right. That's cool. Okay, I get it. So I don't know how you. Okay, so tab changes targets. I don't know how you disengage from combat.
Dumore, I need to go to the North Guards. Can you open the gate?
I see. Wait a second.
Now, let's go.
That's a cool parlor trick.
In the past, Captain Da Vinci Eren led the resistance to defend the island from the Archeum Legion. But uneasiness still lingers here. You left Fortress Eren to help Lottie transport military supplies.
I think I'm still in the tutorial zone.
What's going on? Let's head to Aspirion. You haven't used a piton yet, have you?
Nope.
Just watch closely and do what I do.
I don't need to pee yet.
Ha!
You came across a watchtower that had collapsed after an unusually powerful attack by the Archeum Legion. The rubble blocked the path, but you and Lottie used a grappling hook and pitons to climb over it.
I don't have to pee a ton.
It looks like the cart was destroyed by artillery.
Oh no! Are they okay?
Well, you've come at the perfect...
Oh, okay, never mind. Are you all right?
A huge fire!
Oh, shit, what?
There's a pulley lift up to Aspirion ahead. Come on, let's hurry.
Game sure is graphically pretty.
The artillery is clearing the way for Black Mitrans.
What are they?
Let's get rid of these Mitrans before more show up. Watch the enemy's movements. When you see an opening, strike.
None of my other abilities are activating, so let's try something real quick. Like, will I swap? Oh my gosh, dude. Okay, I see. Alright, so it's whatever is on there. Skill bar doesn't seem to change based on the weapon that I'm using.
Damn them! Using Mitrans as weapons! We must hurry!
That's my best guess. Nothing else is unlocked. Yeah, I don't know. That's my E? Can I change out the E? It doesn't appear so. I see.
We're almost there!
Oh, you're directed. Okay. I didn't even get a chance to even read my abilities, see what they do. Shield strike. Yeah, so like a shield slam. This is my block. Okay, like when I see them do that pink circle thing, do that. This is shield rush. Yeah, you charge at them. For 6 seconds. It's like a buff, I think. And that's like a shield and pull. Huh. Ah. Gotcha. Okay, I see how it works.
The pulley lift broke. We can't keep going like this.
I mean, Lax DLL, if I'm saying her name right. I just started. I literally have no idea.
There isn't one. Either we use this pulley to cross Wisperian, or we'd have to go by boat. That won't do. Burmetz is here, so let's check the lift. I'll get this fixed. You go help the other Resistance members.
Where is the shop? It's like a
Burmetz, can you fix this?
special shop.
Well, between the two of us, we'll have it fixed in
Yeah,
no
we're still in
time.
the tutorial.
Shall we get started?
This depends on if it's like actual pay to win or if it's like, you know, cosmetics, or is it pay for convenience? You know what I mean? Pay to skip kind of stuff. I have no idea. I haven't even seen it yet.
Thank you. I was attacked near Wisperian. Go there and tell me.
I'm a-going. Thank you, lols. Yeah, pretty much Radiance. I mean, like, I really want to do a new thing with us, you know? I know doing Awakening is going to probably be that, but at the same time, it'd be nice to have a nice community game to sink my teeth into for a while.
You defeated the Black Mitrans that appeared where the fireballs landed, and then headed toward Wisperian. Fortunately, Wisperian was still intact, but you couldn't help the North Guards because of a broken pulley lift. When you contacted Wisperian, a mysterious being bathed in light appeared and led you to the top of the Great Tree.
The Great Tree?
Oh, how did you get here?
I don't know.
The lift was destroyed.
I have no idea, dude. I'm literally right here. I have no idea.
Oh, wait a second. Do you have the power of a star fragment? I've heard Wisperian summon starbearers. It looks like that's true.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, thank you so much. Now, please go to Tuaran's Tower. Since you have the star fragment, you can use Glide Morph to get there. I'll go over all the operation details later. By the way, have we met before?
Nope.
Sorry, forget it. Gotta stay focused.
Okay.
Ah! It's an enemy attack! We better hurry. Perform a glide morph by jumping off. I'll go first. See you down there.
Today, I will dedicate the star fragment of Wisperian to Kalguur.
Falling.
Look at the sky! Is that Archeum's portal?
Ah, okay. It's kind of like gliding.
There's no end to those orcs!
Resistance, get ready! Get in position and fight!
The Orc turret is attacking Wisperian!
We're starting the operation!
Using Wisperian's...
We steal the fire dust from the orcs and throw it into the turret. If we overload it with a lot of fire dust at once, the turret will overheat and explode.
Everyone got it? Take the fire dust from the orcs and throw it into the turret!
They're after the turret! Kill anything that stands in your way!
We must destroy that turret! Get that fire dust and throw it into the
sometimes
turret!
it's kind of weird.
How
attack
dare they? Kill them all!
Oh no, you don't!
No problem.
We've got your back! Throw that fire dust at the turret!
Okay. Got it, tab. I'm supposed to hit tab when I see those pink circles, or purple circles, whatever. Oh. War boss? War boss. I can't get the damn roll to do it. There's no roll. I would think like it'd be like double tap or something like that, but Q plus movement? Oh my gosh. Why am I not attacking, dude? Like, I don't get this shit. I think I'm in like a weird spot, like I can't reach him. Probably just fine. Perfect. You will never forgive me. That's good. That's definitely like something from an anime. I will never forgive you.
Attack his left eye now! Star fragment? Watch out!
I'm sorry, child.
Children, this way!
Hey, wake up! That's strange. I wasn't told about any serious injuries. Hey, are you awake? Do you recognize me? Oh, nice. You wait here. I'll call the healer now.
The children who lost everything here tell.
What? The heck is this thing? Oh, there goes my voice work. It's gone now. I think we're almost out of the tutorial.
Are you in any condition to move?
Hey,
I'm on my way with the healer.
Right. I'll talk to you.
What happened? Do you have any idea how worried I was?
Lady, I just met you. We don't need this kind of, you know what I mean? You're a little clingy.
I thought something happened to you.
Easy. What, are we getting married?
Clay is waiting inside, so hurry up and go see him.
Ah, if the pulley wasn't broken, I would have kicked way more ass.
Well, she's like, what's her name from like
I heard someone
Naruto?
took down that giant orc alone.
Hinata,
That's crazy.
right? Secretly been in love with you for 20 years.
Nobody else could put a dent in that beast.
Watching you from afar. And then in one random moment decides to confess everything.
You did good.
Oh, you're finally
That's a
awake.
stalker.
Come this way. How are you? Feeling better now?
Yeah, I'm feeling great. I don't remember. She was watching, I don't know. I think Naruto was actually, it wasn't 20 years. I think he was like 17 at the end of Shippuden, right? I think.
The enemy withdrew after you took out King Vert. I'm glad you weren't seriously injured.
I know in Naruto proper, they're like middle schoolers, you know?
Oh, right. From the time when we barely escaped from the chapel in one piece. I almost didn't recognize you.
I think the,
But what are we to do about your power? At this rate, you may be chased off like before, or even lose your life to a mana frenzy.
I think the story was like when he was like 5 and she was 5, she was getting bullied or something like that, and Naruto, who couldn't fight at all, stepped between the bullies and her, and they beat the shit out of him instead of her. And she was like, fell in love with him right then and there, right? And so like she, from that day forward, she was always like creeping around, like seeing him around corners but being too shy to say anything. And then that entire thing went all the way through. Yeah, it was like at 5. And it went through all the way to Shippuden. And it wasn't until like in the middle of Shippuden when like Pain tried to kill Naruto, that she stepped in between the two of them. And then it looked like he killed Hinata, which made Naruto flip the hell out, right? All the dark energies that came out of him and all that. Yeah, and then things transpired. But eventually they did get married. Yes, they did. They did. And then they had a kid. And that story continues in Boruto. Boruto? Something like that.
She is conducting research on Malvescence. She should be able to help you out. The storage manager in Castleton, Melky, will know where to find her. In fact, no matter the town, the storage managers know where to find anything. Touch Luna Zero's head to temporarily enhance your glide ability. Should get you all the way to Castleton.
Didn't Sakura have like the worst ending in the entire show? Right? Chase's freaking what's his name? Sasuke, right? She marries Sasuke and has some kids. Yeah, but doesn't he just leave or something like that? I saw it was a meme. Yeah, I thought it was a meme. Like they said something like, girl chases guy that doesn't want her, spends most of her time trying to get him, finally gets him, has a kid with him, and then he leaves like a deadbeat dad or something like that, just abandons some crazy goofy shit like that. I don't know.
Lighting skill enchant commence.
He looks like Naruto's right hand, so he's always gone doing spy stuff. Right, yes. He's just trying to get away from Sakura. I need someone. I need someone who will go on spy missions. I'll do it. I'll do it. You just got married. I'm good. I will make this sacrifice. Naruto, I'll go do it. I'll go do it.
Months your hair.
Sakura's just standing like, we just, what? This cracks me up.
Lighting, skill, enchant.
Oh, title drop. Man, I would just love, and I know like gamers love to say like empty world and all that stuff, but I would love a sailing game. That's an MMO like Assassin's Creed Black Flag where you could dive down underwater too. Travel to islands and stuff like that, just massive open world. Like Atlas was, but like seamless. That'd be sick. Make the islands as detailed as this stuff, you know? Yeah, but we beat the game, that's why it's running the in-game credits. Hey man, Light No Fire could get boats, they could be pretty sick. I'm still curious on how that's gonna work out. I'm assuming it's procedurally generated planet. So we're gonna like map the world like as a community, you know, like the entire, all of us are gonna be mapping one planet. Title drop! Holy crap. I see Stonefather already. What the hell is Games ID? Link your Amazon Games ID to your Steam account. All right, I gotta hide this. You can't seize it. Well, when I press the... Gosh damn it, how do you... Oh my gosh. All right, hold on. I guess weren't able to find a game's ID. I don't know. I am linked. Look, Amazon link account completes. All right. What the hell? Dude. How do I get out of this? Okay, so it's... Alright, it's alt. Okay, cool. Well, how do I invite you, Stone? Special shop. We got battle passes, premium leveling log. Let's see what that is. Leveling pass, level 1 to 50, premium leveling log pass. Activates the premium rewards for leveling log pass. What the hell does that do? What does that give me? I still don't know. Is it this? Is this the premium stuff? Magic powder? I don't know. Server transfer ticket. Early access pack, standard, deluxe, ultimate. Well, these are cosmetics. Yeah, more cosmetics. Sewing thread. What is that for? It's like the pattern you want for a piece of a costume in the mirror. So like a transmog. Appearance change ticket. Well, I don't know what in the world those that stuff is. I have no idea. All right, good. I don't know how to invite you, Stone. No clue. There's social tab. Mail. Relationships. Friends. Accept. Look, we're friends. We can also have feuds. Why do... Add players to feud targets to receive notifications when they log in. It will be marked with the red icon. For feuds? So we can literally have feuds with people? Generate invitation link. While in a party with another player, you can select your party leader's current target to press T to assist. Well, that's good to have. Okay. All right. Whatever. party board is at level 20. You're on my list. Yeah, it's like legit lists. Look at all the people still stuck in the tutorial. Look at these losers. In the tutorial, losers. Why are so many people just staying? They're all in that tutorial, I take it. That's hilarious. We're probably all checking out the cash shop. Yeah, I want to know what the hell this stuff is. Oh, are these? Oh, those are grapple points. Okay. Holy sh! See this? This is an MMO. Okay. This is a legit MMO right here. This is exactly the kind of experience that I want in a video game of this caliber.
Oh, brother! Why is your bag so heavy? Welcome, brother! I have no idea what you're talking about. I don't have any brothers by that name. If you don't have anything to store, buzz off! What? You know Clay? I still can't tell you, though. Try visiting the priestess.
Leveling log. Powder containing mana used to craft equipment. Okay, there's weapon crafting stuff behind the battle pass. Quality armor used for uncommon armor upgrades. Yeah. I don't know how much the battle pass is, but like we got epic items up here for weapon upgrades. So I don't know. Where did I just go?
Lord Hobbs of Laslan resisted Revolupius, who had usurped the throne, but his dominion was taken by the Archeum Legion. However, Laslan was freed again by the Founders Order, led by Captain Da Vinci, and the Laslan Allied Resistance Forces were founded here.
Click to claim rewards. I wish you wouldn't do that. Like, I'm trying to, like, here we go. This is just look. I guess. Jesus, so many players.
Do you need help with something? I see. Please wait a moment. I sense no ill intentions from you. The power of the gods has confirmed the truth of your words.
Oh, shit. I'm sorry, ma'am. You're talking to me.
Of course. However, she is currently in danger. and thus under the protection of the people of this village. You will need to follow protocol.
Okay, what's that?
To meet her, you are going to need the password.
Ooh.
Ask the sundries merchant for the first half of the phrase, and the skills researcher for the second half. If you mention that you are seeking a red flower, you will receive the answers you need.
Password's 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, there's water. It'd be nice if we could sail in this gum.
Do you need anything? Yes, welcome. So the priestess sent you. Or maybe you've heard, but there have been some suspicious people asking about Martinet recently. They were wearing disguises, but it was clear as day they were from the Archeum Legion.
Okay.
I don't know what those Archeum bastards want with her. But under these circumstances, we have no choice but to be wary of outsiders seeking Martinet.
Right.
Oh, yes, that's right. Sorry, I suppose I got a little carried away. The first half of the password is the light fragment. You can find out the rest of the phrase from the skills researcher. Be sure to stop by my store again if you're free later.
What does this store
Do you
have?
need anything? Oh, do you need something?
Select projects and products list from the left side. Add them to your cart. You can put multiple products in the cart. Okay. Potion of conversion. Convert traits and change an item's trait by using identical equipment. Maintains life energy, restores health. Catalyst and unleash astral focus. Consumes to grant deal bonus damage. Okay, for whatever astral force is. When possessing a leaf of the flower of the world trees, enable the enemy to heal the adventurer. Okay, so healing. These are scrolls. Whatever the heck that is.
That was close. I can't believe the ghastly tales were true.
Do you want to learn a new skill? Ah, so the priestess sent you. The second half of the password is Whispers. Head to the Castleton Infirmary on the north side of town to meet Martinet. Just say the password and they'll let you in.
Alright, I'll get it done.
By the way, many of the townsfolk, including myself, have been brought to health by Martinet's healing skills. Please take care not to let anything happen to her. Keep an eye out for anyone suspicious on your tail, just in case.
The store manager Melky hid Martinet's existence, pretending not to know anything about her. This was because suspicious outsiders, thought to be members of the Archeum Legion, had been looking for Martinet. To meet with her, you had to meet the people connected to her and prove that you had no ill intent. After that, you learned the password, the light fragment whispers.
I can't believe the ghastly tales were true.
What's the ghastly tales? Now I get to stand here with everyone else. Hello.
I haven't seen you around before, so what brings you here?
I'm here for some potions.
As I'm sure you heard on your way here, I can't treat anyone right now unless it's an emergency. Would you mind coming back later?
I got cramps.
Oh, I see. Clay probably sent you to help with my research. The truth is, My sister is also suffering from the same symptoms as yours, and I've been searching for a cure. The mana calming potion I'm creating should be able to help. Let's see. Oh, drat. I just used my last batch of ingredients.
I'll go get them.
Then I'll tell you where to go and what I need. Head to the Golden Apothecary in the Golden Rye pastures. You'll be able to find some rancid powder. Just get me some rancid powder, and I'll whip up a mana calming potion for you. You know how to use waypoints, right? If you aren't sure, go ask Priestess Grace. Using them makes it a breeze to return after procuring materials.
Castleton Infirmary has been closed for some time, due to rumors that the Archeum Legion is looking for Martinet. It was to trick them into thinking that Martinet, who had worked as a healer there, had left. While in hiding, she is still researching a cure for her sister, who is suffering from the Malvescence.
Max health, damage reduction, heavy attack chance. Okay. It provides strong defense in addition to increasing health. Alright. Increasing quickness in the critical attacks in addition to evasion and max damage. Increases mana regen. Serves as a source of insight awareness. I'm assuming that as a tank, I'm probably wanting strength. Maybe dexterity? Does resetting stats cost anything? About $350. Looks like you have 3 sets that you can swap between.
Do you need help with something? You still have unanswered questions, I see.
I do.
Waypoints are one of the greatest implementations of Venilux magic. They allow you to instantly traverse from one location to another. Originally, teleportation was a spell that only the most skilled wizards were able to cast, by creating distortions between spaces using the elements of wind and earth.
Captain Planet?
It was the wizard Clay who completed the schema to make waypoints, so that teleportation could be accessible to everyone. Anyone can use a waypoint without any special training.
He's gonna take pollution down to 0?
Try placing your hand on the waypoints in the plaza and at the Golden Rye pastures. Afterwards, talk to the Resistance officer Ashton. He'll explain the rest.
Oh, I already did this.
Lord Hobbs of Laslan resisted Revolupius, who had usurped the throne, but his dominion was taken by the Archeum Legion. However, Laslan was freed again by the Founders Order, led by Captain Da Vinci, and the Laslan Allied Resistance forces were founded here.
Hey, chat. Did you know that there's people alive today who have, like, legitimate claims to the Roman Empire? No. No, not crazy people. Like their lineage. Their lineage like dates back to that time period or some crazy shit like that. There's like I think there's 3 or 4 of them. Nah, it wasn't always by vote.
This was once the most prosperous granary in Laslin, but after the cursed rain came, it became infested with strangely enlarged pests. People tried to solve the problem by employing the power of free wizards, but the free wizards' clumsy magic only made things worse.
The Einar priestess Grace introduced waypoints as a great integration of Vanillux's magic. Teleportation was a rare skill that was only used by a few wizards. When the wizard Clay completed the schema for waypoints, it enabled anyone to teleport freely.
Bookmark. Even if you leave the area. Oh, okay. It's not so much their bloodline. It has to do with like. Don't think bloodline. I used the word lineage incorrectly. What I meant is that the title, the title of Emperor of Rome, the actual title, and who it is passed down to based on whatever rules are set forth. And I think there's like 4 or 5 royalties right now that like have like a legit claim to the Roman Empire, even though it doesn't exist. You know, like it's more like ha tongue-in-cheek kind of stuff, not a serious thing. And then with pressing the claim, they're like, I own all of Italy, and it's more like they kind of like if the title technically, I think, still exists. You know, like, well, no, I guess it doesn't truly exist. You know what I mean? But if it did. All right, so is this like I literally have a quest. Destroy malfunctioning harvesters. This ain't it, is it? Wait a minute.
Looks like it's your first time using a waypoint. If you place your hand on a waypoint, the schema will be activated, and the stone will glow blue.
Yeah, actual Rome. Roman Empire.
Open your map
Not the Holy
and
Roman
select a
Empire.
waypoint activated
Which
with
technically
blue light. You will be instantly
part of it to some
transported to
degree,
that
I think.
location.
The Holy Roman Empire was supposed to be the same damn thing. It was supposed to be the continuation of Rome.
Once you place your hand on a waypoint, it will glow with blue light, activating the schema. If you open the map and select an activated waypoint, you can instantly travel to that location.
It's crazy to me how much, when you think about it, the Roman Empire has affected our, modern society. Funny how things work out throughout history.
How can I help you? Do you need something from the master?
Hey, man, this Google search, like, something about heirs, current living heirs of the Roman Empire, something like that. It should tell you. You'll deep dive into that. That'll be fun dive. There's like a couple
In
living
the apothecary
people
at
today
the Goldenrye pastures
who,
works
if
the
they,
always
you know,
gloomy
like,
Oliver Tiller, the herbalist's apprentice. Oliver has been an apprentice there for some time, though he has yet to gain the approval of his master. The farmers pitied the outstanding apprentice, a gifted student who could memorize the names of countless medicinal herbs, but suffered under his eccentric master.
There we go. Now we're doing stuff. Right, gathering, okay. Violent harvester.
The main ingredients for rancid powder can be acquired from harvesters and insects in the Goldenrye pastures. They are the decomposed heart of a harvester, which controls magical power, a wasp stinger, which controls magical toxicity, and a contaminated scarab horn, which has a tonic effect. These ingredients are highly toxic on their own, but highly effective together.
So, yeah, Baldur's Gate 3 style narrator is kind of cool. Kind of dig that. Hey, bear.
Welcome to Mandrake Farmstead, where we grow 'em with love from seed to harvest. If it's fresh mandrakes you need, you've come to the right farm.
Something bit me on my arm.
Oh my. I've just run out of roots. How about collecting as many as you need yourself? And, in exchange, you can have everything for free.
Sounds like a great deal.
Then try harvesting the roots from the mandrakes planted out in the field. Oh, by the way, mandrakes will turn violent when you try to harvest their roots, so be extra careful.
Mandrakes, huh? And it makes sense, right? Like, dude, you're gonna harvest this guy's roots. I'm sure he ain't down for you just ripping his legs out from under him. So many players, man. Oh, I got it all. All right. You get it, Stone? There you go. Chat, just a minute. We're gonna be swapping over to Path of Exile. Path of Exile is we're gonna have Twitch drops for it. That's neat. All right. Twitch drops for Path of Exile, and it's gonna be watching the announcement for Path of Exile stuff. New expansion coming. This feels like a more traditional MMO, yeah.
While you search for treasures hidden in ships wrecked by storms and chests that have been drifting, you will encounter the masters of the coastline. From a distance, they look like normal crustaceans, but when you get up close, you'll find they pose a greater threat than you anticipated.
Fascinating.
What brings you here? Huh? These are the ingredients needed to make rancid powder. Martinet must have sent you. But how did you know about these ingredients?
How did you know about these ingredients?
That clever boy. How did he figure this out already? He's quite bright.
Why, isn't he quite bright? Would I be?
Herbalists have to go to perilous places to acquire ingredients. But Oliver can't even stand the sight of a mere ant. I'm waiting for him to overcome his fears.
Well, it's never gonna happen.
Well, I'll make the rancid powder for you right away. It must be urgent for you to come all the way out here. But look at me, rambling on.
Well, I'm a rambler.
Here's your rancid powder. Planning to go straight back to Martinet? In that case, why don't you try opening your map and teleporting to Castleton?
After acquiring the last ingredient from the Mandrake farmstead, you were able to meet the herbalist Wilson Hinman. He always entrusted the apothecary to his apprentice and collected herbs alone. He had to venture to all sorts of dangerous areas to get medicinal herbs. But his pupil was a coward who would flee at the sight of an ant.
Wait. Hey, how is Kate Beckinsale doing? I know she was in the hospital. She she get better?
You're back. Did you get some rancid powder?
I don't think there's a time limit, Alan.
Good work. The rancid powder you brought is excellent in quality. I'll make the Mana calming potion for you right away.
Yeah, Emma Watson.
All right, here you are. Why don't you try it and see how it works?
I haven't had any weight on killing quests yet. No. So far, there's been nothing to stop me. All the players, you just see them running around, but they're not interfering with you. Not like the old WoW days of waiting for that mob to spawn.
Just as I thought. It's much more effective. I tried to improve the efficacy, but I didn't expect the results to be this good. The calming potion's effect is very effective this time. I need to bring this to my sister right away. But as you know, I'm in no position to be wandering around outside.
Oh, she does kind of look like Emma Watson a little bit.
Oh, thank you so much. I made this potion earlier and used the same method to make it once more. Please pass it on to my sister's friend, Mina Pai. Only Mina knows where my sister is. She told me to come find her at Windhill Shores if I ever needed to give my sister something. Go there to find Mina's trail.
People form a line for quest bosses. You know, what do they do if someone skips the line?
The effect of the mana calming potion that Martinet made was incredible. Soon after you drank the potion, you could feel your magic begin to settle down. Martinet, who had been researching a way to relieve her older sister Adriana's pain for so long, finally succeeded in creating a potion more effective than her other attempts.
So, Alan, I'll probably end stream when this is when the sponsor's done. I'll come back tonight, and I will do 7 Days to Die, because we got GCX tonight for St. Jude. Raising money for St. Jude. You'll be able to do stuff to me. Murder the Late Shift and 7 Days to Die. For a good cause. When I get done with that, I'll probably end stream. Because it'll be 4 a.m. And there really won't be much for me to do at that point. Then the tomorrow's stream, I'll play this. One second. Hold on, Stone. One second. Yeah. All right, Stone. Have fun, man. It's probably I should probably get going. Yeah. Yeah, we'll see. Let's have a good time with St. Jude, man. Oh. Anyway, I kind of dig it, so it seems like a pretty decent game. I'll play more of it. Why not, you know? All right. Hold on one second. I don't know. Is there an exclamation POE? I guess not. Alright. I think we're... good. All right. Like I said. Yeah. Come on, get in there. One second, chat. All right. Okay. Yeah. Honestly, I don't know. Yeah. I'll, let me add the other stuff here. Ah. How lovely. Okay. There. Sorry. 1 second. I'm sick, so I gotta deal with this every once in a while. Sorry. And me, Diet Dr. Pepper. Which I can't taste because of my cold, but it's nice. This is a new expansion. New expansion. Ah. Oh no, it's not COVID. It's you know, like when you come on, COVID wasn't the first thing to make it so that you can't taste your food when you're sick. Okay, it's not a new. It's a thing with COVID, but it's not, you know, it's not guaranteed COVID. You know, it's just like it's probably has something to do with this shit that I'm taking right here. This. Crazy old doctors in chat. I don't know. It's got like I got the cold chills, a sore throat. You know, not cold chills. I should say more like sore limb. You know, the sore, just body sore. Yeah. Now, apparently, I don't think you're getting drops right now, but as soon as this pops over, you should be seeing drops. Yeah. Summer COVID is going around. Yeah, I mean, it's like, I mean, you know, that pandemic 100 years ago, you know, I don't think they said it didn't, that came out like in World War I. It didn't fade away from society until the 1950s. So, like, you know, these things, they don't, they stick around for a while. Back to the MMO. Got a little sponsor thing coming up for Path of Exile. Yeah. It is Path of Exile. It doesn't say anything about Path of Exile 2. It's a new expansion coming for it. We got a nice big fat announcement for it. Oh, come on. Yes. Hey, Velroth. How you doing there, Fel? Doing pretty good. Oh my gosh. Did you all buy anything on your Amazon stuff? I just got some movies, that was it. Prime Day. Oh, yeah. We'll see. I mean, I don't know what they're going to announce. But I would assume that I assume that there's going to be a lot of stuff to click. You got the Meta Quest 3. That's a good thing. I mean, that's a damn good VR headset. Has it been Meta's stock has been going up pretty dramatically, hasn't it? I don't think it's been dropping like it used to. This whole Meta thing didn't work out, but the AI department is working out just fine. Oh, you got a standing desk? That's good. Standing desk is always very good to get. Settlement management's always going to be good. I like that kind of stuff. Yeah, I would do. I like anything VR. I'm down for. Oxygen not included DLC. Not planning to. Unless late shift boys want to do it. Yeah, that sounds good, Felroth. Man, when I was looking for those 8 ships that I'm missing for Star Wars Armada, dude, they are putting that shit. I hate scalpers so much. They're putting that shit online. So like the Imperial Star Destroyer for Armada is like $40-50. That's how much it normally goes for. $600, dude, on eBay. Ain't that some bullshit? Where's Cream? Isn't he just doing this with you? I don't know. I think he's doing a play session with me. I don't know if he's doing the announcement thing with me or not. I mean, there is going to be a supply and demand. I bought all the ones that I could from like gaming websites and stuff who sell them online. And I'm like down to like 8 ships. All I want is to be able to have like, you know, all the possible ships. Not to mention they look cool, so you know you can put them on display and stuff. But playing the game, I'd prefer not to 3D print if I could avoid it, because I don't want to paint them. Not to mention the games usually the miniatures that they sell come with all the rules and stuff that you need to play to use them in play. But yeah, I'm gonna go to Gen Con and I'm gonna see if I can't scoop up any there before see if anybody's selling any of them at Gen Con for like not a, you know, a reasonable price. I don't think anyone's gonna buy the Star Destroyer for $600, but good luck to them, I guess. Now, Sylvia, I opened mine. Mine are going on the board game. I'm gonna use them to play. I might have to snatch up some X-Wing stuff too before that goes the way of the dodo as well. Well, I get the Lego stuff because the Lego stuff is like limited time events where they put the Legos out and then that's it, you know? Yeah. And there's definitely some stuff that I regret doing as a kid. I regret getting rid of the 3DO. I had such a beautiful collection for the 3DO, but I got in that habit of like trading in the old console for the new consoles, you know? Like PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2 to PlayStation 3, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. I got in that habit when I was young. 'Cause, you know, didn't have a lot of money back then. So I remember I got the 3DO at a place called H.H. Gregg when it was alive. 3DO was like so expensive back in those days, but we went to the H.H. Gregg wholesale place, like where they were selling like dishwashers and stuff like that for discounted price because like overstock or they were slightly dinged or something like that. In there, in a box, was a 3DO with an extra controller and like 10 games. And it was listed for like $100 and something bucks. My dad looked at it and he was like, "Hey, you want to get this?" Of course, being the kid that I was like, "Yeah!" You know. Well, I had so much fun with that box set, all those games. And I miss those set of games. That was my first introduction to Wing Commander because it was in there and Gex and stuff like that. I finally wised up and I kept my Dreamcast. Started keeping my old consoles and stuff. I figure someday I could just always like find somebody selling a 3DO online or something and pick it up. Oh yeah, Road Rash was a good time. Good time. Hey, Phoenix. The days of toys being toys, not investments. Yeah, I mean, especially with like McFarlane stuff. Like, I mean, what kid can play with a Todd McFarlane toy? You know what I mean? Those are all statues, man. They're just posable statues at the end of the day. Pirates! Yeah, that should be a good time. Yeah, I got a new expansion coming out for League, so. Should be a good time. Should be fun, man. Don't forget that tonight, the St. Jude charity stream. We're getting crazy with it. Should be good, a lot of fun stuff. Yeah. Um. Hmm. How's the weight loss going, Bert? I remember you had a fall on your birthday, which is understandable. Oh, I mean, that week I only gained 0.7. So, still perfectly fine. But that'll, honest to goodness, I probably would have lost weight if I didn't go to Cleveland, you know? If I hadn't gone to Cleveland, I probably still would have lost weight, which would have been hilarious. Yeah, because you can, you know, if you have a day where it's like, you know, like my days typically are like 1,000 calories or less every day. And on my birthday, it was 4,000 calories in one day, right? But the body can't take 4,000 calories and put all that on your ass as fat. You can't do that. It's incapable of doing that. At best, I think they said like only a very small percentage of that will actually be turned to fat. Like a very small percentage. 1%, 2%, something crazy like that. I don't have to get the math on it, but anyway, it's not doing having a day where you do that. That's not gonna hurt you. It's the 4,000 calories you have on Monday, then Tuesday, then Thursday, then Friday, and then Saturday. That's where your weight's coming from. I lost 28 pounds in 3 months. The funny thing to me is that when you bring up your doctors, like my doctor was on my ass about losing weight for like the last 10 years. And then the moment that I start, he retires. So I'm never going to, you know, my current doctor is like, has no context of the weight loss journey. And my old doctor would have been like, what the hell? Look at all the weight you're losing. You know. Oh, well. Path of Exile, chat. He retired because he knew his job was complete. Yeah.
Hi, I'm Chris Wilson from Grinding Gear Games. Welcome to GGG Live. Today, we're going to show you an exclusive reveal of Path of Exile Settlers of Kalguur, which launches next week on July 26th. Twitch drops are enabled on today's livestream, so make sure you follow the instructions below in order to claim your Corsair back attachment.
You see the Twitch drops?
In today's stream, we will take you on a deep dive into the new Settlers of Kalguur Challenge League. We'll cover the league mechanics, its new and revised crafting systems, a new trade market system for currency, some sweeping balance improvements including 2 Ascendancy class changes, endgame improvements, some further additions to the campaign, and some quality of life features. We'll then talk about our console-native port releases and the features that come alongside them. Finally, we'll show you our new supporter packs, ending with a live Q&A session where Ziggy D will ask Path of Exile's game director, Mark, your questions from Twitch chat. After the livestream, we'll drop the full patch notes. I'll hand over to Mark now to introduce the new league.
We've really innovated with the content in this league, and I'm really excited to see what everyone thinks. So let's just get right into it with the trailer for Path of Exile, Settlers of Kalguur.
Rayclast is a cursed land. You'd have to be mad to settle here. And yet, welcome to King's March! It's not much yet, but with your help, we can erect the greatest city Rayclast has ever seen.
Dude, that's gonna be awesome.
We'll need resources and savvy planning. Soon we'll attract settlers, craftsmen, fortune seekers, and of course, pirates. But if we prevail, our ships will be heavy with gold. We hope to achieve the impossible. We hope to build a home.
July 26th.
In Path of Exile, Settlers of Kalguur, you will encounter some familiar faces from the Expedition League. Danig, Rog, Tujin, and Gwenin are Kalguuran people who are trying to establish trade between Rayclast and their homeland. They have recruited many curious characters from Rayclast, including some you may recognize, but are also seeking help of a powerful exile, like yourself. You will first encounter Johan, the King's Hand and Lionized Watch. He's there recruiting workers, traders, and exiles. Johan, under the command of the King of Kalguur, has been sent here to build a new city called King's March, which intends to become the hub of commerce between Rayclast and Kalguur. Soon, he will bring you to the planned site for King's March, which you'll notice has humble beginnings as just a tavern in a field. But with your help, it won't stay like this for long. It takes a lot to build a town. The Kalguurans will ask you to seek out resources that can be used to begin construction. On your adventures, you might find minerals such as crimson iron, which are veins of iron that have been overrun with corruption, spawning dangerous foes when you approach. Or perhaps orichalcum, which you will have to liberate from the demons worshipping it. Petrified amber attracts mindless, blighted enemies, while bismuth has a strong affinity to the elements and causes the area to become unstable. If you're lucky, you might find vericium, a material as valuable as it is dangerous, and guarded by very powerful foes. Once you defeat these monsters, the deposit will automatically be tagged for mining. But first, we need to get someone to do the hard labor. This is of course a trade expedition and nothing is free. Miners, along with other workers that the Kalguurans have hired, must be paid in cold hard gold, which you'll notice is now dropping throughout Rayclast. You will have control about who gets hired into your enterprise. Once you have accumulated some gold, head to the town and talk to the recruiter, Rauf. He's been busy tracking down hardy folk across Rayclast who are looking for work. You'll notice each person has their specialties and a wage cost. It'll be up to you to hire and fire as you please. Over the course of the league, you'll be searching for your perfect employees for each job. Once you have them, you'll have to keep them paid, safe, and alive, which we'll get into later.
Alive?
Here we have a prospect who has a specialty in mining. We'll start with that so we can begin to retrieve some of those resources we were talking about earlier.
Promising pick.
Let's go find some ore and put our miner to use. Oh, we've found a vein of orichalcum ore. It's guarded by dangerous demons worshipping a strange shrine. The shrine buffs the demons, giving them power, but once you defeat them, you can seize that power for yourself. After that, we can tag the ore, and our mining specialist will get to work. Soon, we encounter a few more deposits, each with a different dangerous encounter. After you have tagged the mineral veins, your miners will get to work collecting resources in real time. They might take a while, but will continue whether you are logged in or not. The work can be sped up by hiring more or better miners, and by upgrading the mining station back in Kingsmarch to equip them with advanced pickaxes. Alright, some time has passed and our miners have been able to get the resources back to town. We've also managed to collect some more gold too. We can now upgrade the town and build new structures. There's plenty of options, we just need to decide where to start. I think we'll start with the tavern, the beating heart of Kingsmarch. It can be upgraded instantly to improve the recruiter's prospects. And you can find various important NPCs relaxing here. Next, we'll upgrade our mining station. You can upgrade this to improve the efficiency of your miners and allocate our newly hired workers to mining. You will eventually need a smelter, where you can send your ore to turn into more valuable bars. Then we have the Disenchanter, where you can bring your magic, rare, or unique items to be added to a queue to be disenchanted over time.
Let's make some dust.
The items will be broken down into thaumaturgic dust, a new resource used for crafting and shipping. We'll get more into that later. And of course, a town needs food. You could invest in farming, where you can select crops to grow and harvest. But don't worry, you won't be manually watering anything. The wonders of delegation. With all these resources piling up, there will be excess that we can spend. Let's talk about rewards in Settlers of Kalguur. Eventually, you can build a harbour and establish shipping routes between a number of different Kalguuran and Karui ports for trade. You'll be able to pile your acquired resources onto these ships and send them to a port of your choosing, where your traders will haggle for the best deals. Each port will return specific rewards based on what you send them. They accept all types of resources, but will have a preferred type that they'll currently pay more for. And you'll want to get onto this, because eventually you could be bringing in shipments like this. This. Or even this. Today, we're going to trade with Kalguur. You'll notice that as we send more resources, this risk meter creeps up. Much like the dangers on the shores of Wrecklast, there are dangers out at sea. Monsters, pirates, environmental hazards. You'll want to try keep your shipment safe. You can do this by hiring workers that specialize in shipping. The more of them you add to the ship, the less risk there will be. Like this gentleman, who's famous for fending off even the most dangerous of pirates. Now let's get that shipment going, and we'll continue exploring Wrecklast while we wait for its return.
Or they could die.
This is the first Path of Exile League that experiments with true, real-time mechanics. You can send out shipments, go and have lunch, and come back to your rewards. Many mechanics in the League work this way, so you'll always have some ongoing project or outcome to look forward to. When your shipment has returned, or met its demise, you'll get notified, and at your leisure you can return to the town to collect your rewards. Our shipment returned safely, so let's go see what we got. Ooh, they've sent us a unique item alongside our rewards, perhaps hoping to secure us as a loyal customer for the future. Aside from shipping, the Kalguurans are big on their technology. They have hired Isla, a familiar face from the Heist League. She is an engineer who the Kalguurans have employed for a very exciting purpose. You're not the only one who understands how profitable running maps can be. Once at endgame, Isla can help you build a series of Kalguuran modified map devices. You can then put a queue of maps into them. If you've hired a few skilled Atlas runners, they will put
kinda like
themselves to work
Stargate.
running those maps for you one after another. Look, more delegation. Once again, you'll be notified when the rewards are ready to be collected. You can put lots of maps in the queue, so don't feel obliged to go back there all the time. Be careful though. The difficulty of the map impacts the risk of your workers perishing. Try to pick your best workers, or perhaps just ones you don't like. Consider the difficulty too. Sometimes it's better to just run it yourself. You'll see there are many benefits to having a whole-ass town at your fingertips. Let's talk about crafting services. You should definitely consider building a runesmithing table. This is operated by Danig himself, using powerful Kalguur blacksmithing arts. He can engrave runic magic onto your weapons using runes. There are many rune types and combinations to choose from, and you can unlock new crafts that can be applied to your weapons as enchantments. Our design intention here is to take powerful effects you would usually only find on unique items, like this modifier, which you might recognize from Doomfletcher's Prism. Danig can apply it to your two-hand maces. There are over 100 different special crafting outcomes, ranging from ones very easily applied to very difficult. The rune types can be acquired through trade with Kalguur, or defeating powerful bosses. The Kalguuran tech benefits don't end there. We're also bringing back a formerly overpowered crowd favorite, Recombination. Isla is trying to master this. She just needs you to help her with getting resources. The system isn't as strong as it used to be, but it still allows you to combine two items together, hoping to get the best modifiers of each onto a single item. Between running a town, shipping, and exploring, you'll be collecting a lot of extra gold. It is now the primary resource for two huge new quality of life features that we are putting to test. Firstly, you can use gold to respec passive points. This is a feature from Path of Exile 2 that we've decided just makes sense to port back. The higher level you are, the more expensive it gets. And the next one is absolutely massive. A currency trade market. The Kalguurans have recruited Faustus, another NPC from the Heist League. He allows you to asynchronously buy and sell currency and most other stackable items with other players without the nuisance of price fixes and people who never respond. All you need to do is select what currency you want, say what you have, and your ideal ratio. It works kinda like a real-life stock market. Faustus will make the trade happen for you, so long as there is someone selling on the other end for the same rate or less.
That's something that's been needed for a while,
You'll be
isn't
able
it?
to go
Sell
back
the
to blasting
currencies that are in the
monsters
game.
while trusty Faustus does the dirty work, notifying you when your currency is ready for collection. All you need to do is pay him a small amount of gold for his time. Cards on the table, this is an experiment to see if this type of asynchronous trading has a place in future Path of Exile releases. We're very excited to see how it goes. Now, given that Faustus is an expert in black market trade and shady deals, he also provides another service, offering items for gold. The items will generate with random rarity, and on average the modifiers on them are better than normal. This can be a very nice way to get some targeted items during the campaign.
Dude, I'm gonna have to do the pirate
For
skin.
serious crafters, it can be a great starting point for making those elusive, specific in-game items, which perhaps you could take to the runesmith afterwards. It's worth noting that you can invite Faustus to your hideout, where he will always be available for respecking, currency exchange, and black market items. As your town grows, it will attract more attention, good and bad. Settlers of Kalguur features 3 endgame bosses that will close in on your operations, wanting a piece of the pie. They might capture and ransom your workers, even your entire ships. You'll have to make some tough decisions. Will you take them on, or pay them off? One example of a boss is Sasan, the Bandit Lord. You won't stumble across this boss by accident. Instead, this unsavory character can come into your town at night and take your Atlas runners hostage, holding them for ransom. What happens next is up to you. Perhaps you'll refuse to negotiate with bandits, leading to a fight to defeat Sasan and rescue your workers. If you're not up for the heroics, you might simply pay the ransom in gold. Or perhaps these workers were especially disappointing, and you'll just leave them for dead in true Ray class fashion. They knew what they were signing up for, right? Of course, the heroics might be worth it for other reasons. These bosses can drop new unique items. In sum, Settlers of Kalguur is a very experimental league with new mechanics that will completely change how you play the core game. We've been sitting on a lot of these ideas for a while and can't wait to share them with you. But there's a lot more to this expansion. Let's talk about balance.
I love the city building aspect of this.
We've finally rebalanced the Gladiator. It's been a long time coming. Like before, there are passive skills that allow you to invest in bleeding and block. We've designed new skills replacing some of the old ones. Like this, War of Attrition, which is very handy for long sustained boss fights. Further alongside the Gladiator theme, this new passive allows you to combine different weapon types while dual wielding to get a variety of powerful bonuses. For example, holding a dagger will give you more critical strike chance, while holding a mace gives you more area of effect.
Good.
Of course, you could just use Varanastra for all weapon type bonuses. And finally, we have a new notable which allows you to invest in the newly added Retaliation skills. These are active skills which require you to meet a certain condition in order to use them. Once you meet that condition, you can unleash devastation on your foes. Here we have Eviscerate, which requires you to have a shield. Or for those who like to dual wield, Sword Storm, which is great for obliterating bosses. Here we have the Divine Retribution skill. This one has the condition requiring you to block. You can then unleash a devastating spell, causing lightning bolts to strike the ground in an X shape around your target location, doing huge amounts of damage.
I like a good tanking class.
And of course, in true Path of Exile fashion, there are many avenues to invest in these mechanics further on the passive tree and a new support gem.
The tree?
You are able to increase the leeway duration after meeting the condition, reduce the cooldowns, or just increase their damage. The world's your oyster. The Gladiator wasn't the only Ascendancy class we've changed. As we develop Path of Exile systems, we often find ourselves reusing mechanics, increasing their depth, and allowing more avenues to invest into them. As such, the Raider Ascendancy class found itself lacking, with many of its passives commonly available elsewhere. We want our Ascendancy classes to always feel like they're pushing the boundaries, allowing you to change your character in ways that are meaningful and ideally unique. As a result, we've straight up removed the Raider, rest in peace, and we've added a new class in its place, the Warden. This class is largely inspired by its predecessor from the Affliction League, with a few changes. The Warden now focuses on elemental attacks, changing the behavior of Shock, enhancing Freeze, and replacing Ignite with Scorch. There's also a skill that allows you to go ballistic with your elemental damage, periodically. The class also grants Barkskin, which is a skill that can be used to mitigate physical damage from hits. After taking a number of hits, it increases your evasion, making it a great defensive choice. Finally, the last thing the Warden can specialize in is tinctures. These are an alternative to flasks from the Affliction League. We're bringing them back with adjusted mechanics.
Lovely.
Tinctures can be placed in your belt, replacing flasks. You can inherently only have one tincture active at a time, and it requires a melee weapon to use. While activated, they grant a powerful buff. They can drop as magic items, or be modified with currency to grant extra bonuses. Here is a Prismatic Tincture. This one increases elemental damage by 100% while active. You'll notice it has two extra effects. One is that it applies mana burn every second. Mana Burn is a debuff that builds up while tinctures are active that causes you to lose mana, losing more mana for each stack. Tinctures also have a cooldown, so once you have disabled one, no other tincture can be enabled for a time. These changes make tincture use a more active and interesting choice than it was in Affliction. Both Mana Burn and the cooldown can be modified through modifiers on the tinctures or on the passive skill tree. Players will want to maximize their tincture uptime for sure. Here we have a couple other tinctures. The Poisonberry tincture is excellent for poison builds. The Rosethorn tincture is the choice for those wanting to deal critical strikes. You might be wondering, with the removal of the Raider, where has the Frenzy Charge investment gone? We've added a Frenzy Charge passive skill to the Deadeye, replacing the Rupture passive skill. On top of Ascendancy classes, we have revisited a number of core mechanics. This time taking pains to ensure easy access through the passive tree, skill gems, and simple items. We don't want all the powerful mechanics to be hidden behind layers of complexity.
Yeah.
Let's just rapid fire through the key points. If you want more detail later, you can read the patch notes, which will be dropped after the livestream. Be sure to let us know what you think. There's a lot of changes, so be prepared for a bit of a shock to the system. I expect it will take several days for the dust to settle on this one. Firstly, we've made some drastic alterations to melee skills. Let me just rip this band-aid off. Melee totem skill gems have been removed. We're trying to adopt a philosophy with melee going forward that, unlike other builds, it will be far less oriented around set and forget gameplay. You will deal the damage yourself, and you should be rewarded for doing so. To compensate, we have buffed the damage on almost every single melee skill. As the majority of this damage growth comes from gem levels, we have also made them cost more mana as they level, but it's nothing like the mana costs on spells. Here are some examples of the damage and costs before and after. Heavy Strike has gone from dealing 313% attack damage at gem level 20 to a massive 552% attack damage. It's also worth noting it no longer knocks enemies back. And Sweep has gone from dealing 281% attack damage
600
to now dealing 664% attack damage at gem level 20.
Basically, like almost damn
These
near
are
double
just two examples
on everything.
But the majority of melee skills are now dealing approximately 75% more damage at level 20. Of course, with melee comes close proximity combat, so you need some good defensive options.
Yeah.
New base types with higher defensive values will now drop throughout the endgame. As you reach yellow, red, and purple maps, you can expect to find higher tier base types in each. For example, Val Regalia and Hubris Circlet are no longer the best in slot items for Energy Shield. There are new base types that surpass them. Combined with some quality changes, which we'll talk about soon, you can now get better items than ever before in these slots. To compensate, we have reduced the amount of flat evasion and armor from the Grace and Determination auras, but overall, you're getting more defenses than before. On top of this, we have buffed life modifiers on magic and rare equipment. You can now get as high as 189 additional maximum life from a single modifier on body armors, and more on other slots too. Kaum's Heart has also finally been restored to its former glory and once again grants plus 1000 to maximum life.
Okay.
I mentioned quality. Quality on weapons and armors is being changed to apply multiplicatively. In other words, weapons with full quality will give 20% more physical damage, and armor with full quality will have 20% more local defenses. For melee, this will mean a damage increase for almost all builds using physical damage attacks. And it will mean more evasion, armor, energy shield, and ward for all builds. Endurance charges no longer grant elemental resistances, but instead grant additional elemental damage reduction, making it multiplicative with resistances. You can now get 4% per charge, alongside the existing 4% physical damage reduction. To compensate, we have made some changes to the Juggernaut, and various unique items like Eternal Damnation. You can get more maximum resistances from
I
the
guess it'll
tree,
be a
specifically
melee
around the
class this
Marauder
time.
class start. These, of course, can stack with the new elemental mitigation from endurance charges. On top of this, duels can now roll maximum elemental resistances as modifiers. Since we're making elemental mitigation more accessible, we've heavily reduced accessibility to physical damage taken as chaos or elemental damage. Those stats are still around, but you should not expect to be getting full conversion anymore. All block passives have been buffed, so you can now more easily achieve block cap from just the passive tree. The Keystone Versatile Combatant has been improved to have less of a penalty to maximum block. A number of Life Leech passives have been buffed to generally allow for more acquisition of maximum leech rate for life. Vow Pact has been reinstated to its former glory for instant Life Leech, but only for melee. We've reworked Flesh and Stone. Previously, this buff skill granted Maim and Blind, depending on the stance of our character. Now, while in Sand stance, the skill simply provides damage mitigation, becoming more effective the closer you are to enemies. While in Blood stance, enemies will take more physical damage the closer you are to them. This skill will now greatly favor melee or close range gameplay. Given we're doing a Kalguuran League, Ward has also received a bit of attention. There are new uniques that grant Ward, and the base restoration of Ward is now faster. To compensate, Olroth's Resolve has been nerfed, but Ward loop builds will still be possible. Anyway, that was most of the purely defensive changes. Now let's look at some of the offensive and utility-based ones. There are more and better ways to deal with mana as an attacker on the southern hemisphere of the passive tree. Wands, daggers, scepters, claws, and staves now have higher critical strike chance values than ever. Wands can go as high as 10% without modifiers. Sandstorm Visage has been made rarer to compensate, instead of reducing its power. For you wand attackers, wands now have higher attack speed than ever to compensate for their low damage. Wand exclusive skills such as Power Siphon, Kinetic Bolt, and Kinetic Blast now have faster attack times. Impale passives have been revised and in general buffed. The buffs granted by Warcries are now simpler but more significant, and more universal to builds. They also now apply to allies by default. Banners have been reworked. Instead of having a reservation cost, they are now free. However, they don't grant a permanent buff. Banners now need to be placed for the effect to be active. However, once placed, they are far more powerful than before. Additionally, there are new ways to prolong the effects and more ways to invest in them than ever before. Rage has been made more fundamental and discoverable. Rage is now multiplicative attack damage, but no longer inherently grants attack speed or movement speed. It has a new cap, and you can find many new passive clusters that allow you to invest into the mechanic. The goal is to make Rage more powerful as a baseline, and less gated behind the use of specific unique items and ascendancy classes.
They said they're going to do a lot of
Berserk
experiments
has
in this
been
one.
nerfed, just so you're aware. We have changed how bleed works too. You can now find aggravated bleed on the passive tree. When applied, all bleeds on the enemy will deal damage as if the enemy is moving, for the remainder of their duration. The skill Ensnaring Arrow no longer interacts with bleed, so no more will you have to apply bleeds and swap to a bow. You can now achieve the same result using aggravated bleed passives without the annoyance. Rupture from the Deadeye has been turned into a support gem. We've added the new Overexertion support gem, which highly favors slam builds. Now, it's time to look at a hot topic, Magic Find. In the Settlers of Kalguur expansion, we are going to be removing item quantity bonuses from all character items. This will not affect existing items in standard leagues. Magic Find is intended to be another axis on your gear you can scale once you have achieved the power you want. With item quantity being only available on unique items, this meant if you wanted to get the most out of it, you had to be playing a very specific build. We still want people to be able to invest into Magic Find, but now only through item rarity. This can be obtained on a number of rare item slots, and by a much larger number of builds. What about Ventor's Gamble, you might ask? Here it is now. This is one of the biggest balance patches we've ever done. I can't promise that existing builds will all be safe. Even we aren't able to predict all the outcomes here, nor have we even gone into every single change, just the major ones. I don't know, man. Balance is hard. But the sheer number of new, viable options is exciting, especially for Melee. And we're determined to drag the game in a better direction. Be sure to read the patch notes after this, it's going to be a ruckus. In 3.24, we overhauled the in-game experience by introducing a new tier of maps and reworking scarabs. We want to continue to improve these systems and introduce more exciting in-game content every league. 3.25 is no exception. Let's check out the myriad of changes coming in Settlers of Kalguur.
Man, this is a massive update.
First up, we are changing many scarabs. We won't go into too much detail here to avoid getting lost in the weeds, but here's a few new ones. Be sure to check out the patch notes after this for more detail. We've also added an additional map device slot, which will be unlocked upon completing your first 10-way Maven encounter. This simply allows for more combinations of scarabs in maps, resulting in more difficulty and more rewards. This is on top of the existing additional slot that can be unlocked by completing your first Tier 17 map. There are now 6 map device slots in total. You might have seen our teaser, where we revealed we'll be adding new special encounters to the endgame. One such encounter is the Nameless Seer, lurking in Tier 16 and 17 maps. This NPC will give you a selection of unique items, and you can pick one for free. In Tier 16 maps, he now has an additional feature, where you can scry a map. This allows you to swap the divination card drops of the current map with another map on your atlas. Just one caveat, you cannot have the same map be in multiple swaps at the same time. If you want to undo your choice, you can use a scouring orb on either map on your atlas. We've also made some updates to a couple of leagues. Blight has been updated with some atlas passive skill changes, and double anointed amulets can now drop in Blight Ravaged maps. We've also introduced a new type of oil that can only drop from Blighted and Blight Ravaged maps.
Whenever a game does massive changes
Ritual
like this,
has
the
also
community
been updated.
does typically get
You can now
ragey.
find one new and many reworked base
Knee-jerk
types,
reaction to that
new
kind of stuff.
unique items,
But you should always give it time to see if it makes the game better.
corpses you can use to raise as specters, and occasionally a fragment, granting access to the King in the Mist's boss fight from the Affliction League.
Sometimes you just gotta try different
He
stuff.
will drop a number of
Breathe
unique
some,
items that were familiar from the
fresh
league.
life into a game, you know?
But not that which was taken, as it is now that which was taken away. However, he now drops a different modular jewel that you might recognize from the Necropolis League. In Tier 16 and Tier 17 maps, you can now encounter the Wildwood, also from the Affliction League. In case you missed it, the Wildwood is a mysterious forest fraught with danger. In the darkness, you will find magical wisps yearning for freedom. Upon releasing them, they will empower the monsters in your map, promising more danger but more rewards. You may also find random sentinels on the ground near the start of your maps, from the Sentinel League. They work in a similar way to before. They aren't items, but you can click on them and then they can be activated in that area at any time of your choosing. Upon activation, they will buff monsters around you, increasing their difficulty and rewards. And here's one for those who like to live dangerously. You may occasionally find a reflective mist from the Kalandra League. It has two outcomes. It could drop a jewelry item with randomly enhanced or inverted modifier values. Or it can give a reflecting mist item, which can be used on an existing piece of jewelry to perform the same action at a time of your choosing. Good luck! There's many other small changes to League content. We're removing the first 15 most boring waves of the simulacrum and rebalancing its rewards to improve the chances of finding unique jewels. We're also adding some of the beasts from Einhar's Memory of Harvest Beasts to the core pool. This includes the Black Morrigan. In other news, we've added a set of new chisel types, which can be applied to your maps to get different bonuses. While the Cartographer's Chisel still increases item quantity, there are new ones that now increase rarity, pack size, increased chance for currency items, divination cards, and scarabs. It's also worth mentioning that chisels now apply 20% quality per chisel to white maps, 10% to yellow maps, and 5% to red maps and higher. Unique maps still require the full 20 chisels. Also, only one type of chisel can be applied to a map at a time. During 3.24, we made a change to Tier 17 maps that allowed them to be rerolled with Chaos Orbs. We are now expanding the currency types that can be used on them to also include currencies like chisels and Val Orbs. Ultimately, the only restriction Tier 17 maps now have is that explicit modifiers cannot be removed from them. We have also revised the difficulty of these maps,
so
as they
much to do
didn't
in
quite
this
hit the
game,
mark.
man. You
The
will not run
monsters
out of
in them now have
content.
substantially less life and deal less damage, meaning Tier 17 maps now better fit into the progression between Pinnacle and Uber Pinnacle content. Lastly, we've adjusted the drop rate of Valdo's puzzle boxes. Previously, we were adapting its drop rate based on the possible outcomes selected by supporters. So many supporters really wanted Mage Bloods, so the box was hardly dropping. Thus, we have drastically increased the drop rate of the box, but reduced the probability of getting chase unique items from it, like Mage Blood. Overall, we have taken care not to reduce the number of Mage Bloods total in the economy. We figured it was better to have more tickets for fun rather than barely seeing any boxes in a league. We've been hard at work improving the Path of Exile experience on consoles.
Console!
With native ports for the Xbox Series consoles already being released, and PS5 on the near horizon, the game now takes full advantage of the console hardware. Loading times have been reduced even further, pop-in has been reduced, and textures won't start unloading in heavy scenes. Furthermore, overall visual fidelity has been improved for all new generation consoles. Path of Exile now uses the highest available resolution textures and water effects. We've installed a new upscaling algorithm that improves the crispness of dynamic resolution, with an additional anti-aliasing pass on top of that. With these upgrades, we also support variable refresh rate TVs and monitors on PlayStation 5 and on all Xbox consoles.
Oh, goody!
In the options, players can now choose which aspect of visual fidelity they want to focus on: resolution, image quality, or target frame rate. In 3.24, we added some new encounters and secrets to the campaign. In Settlers of Kalguur, we're adding even more. We're not going to spoil them all here, but keep an eye out for anything unfamiliar on your adventures. Who knows what you'll find? I mean, I know, but still. There's an underground bunker underneath the refinery, guarded by powerful robots. I wonder what's been hidden away here. How do I unlock this mysterious door? What riches must lay inside? Blighted growths have appeared in the gardens and sewers of Sarn. A vault containing riches can be found in the reliquary. As you might have seen in our teasers, there's a slew of quality of life features we've been working on. Here's a quick summary. You'll no longer need to interact with waypoints to unlock them. You can just walk by and they'll activate automatically. When using keyboard and mouse, you'll be able to pick up items from further away. We're adding static life bars to some bosses. Not all bosses will have them just yet, but we'll be adding more over time. You can now see which divination cards drop in each map by hovering over them on your atlas. When you die, You can now resurrect without having to reactivate all your reservation effects, like auras and heralds.
Well, that's good.
You can start harvest encounters with just a single action. The amount of quality provided by currency items like whetstones is now based on the item level, rather than item rarity. Those currencies now apply a 20% quality to very low-level items, with that amount reducing as the item level increases. Next up, we're going to be talking about our new League supporter packs.
Yeah! Give me a pirate
Today,
pack.
we're launching 2 new series of supporter packs, the Paladin and Penance packs. Each tier contains the pack's full face value in points, alongside several exclusive microtransactions. These packs are only available for the duration of the Settlers of Kalguur League, and will leave the store forever when it ends. As always,
FOMO!
the microtransactions in these packs are purely cosmetic, and do not affect your character's power or progression in any way. The Paladin series of supporter packs contains 6 exclusive microtransactions. Adorn your weapon or shield with the Paladin weapon effect.
That does look cool.
Make a show of leveling up with the Harpy Flyover level up effect.
Oh my gosh.
Equipping the Divine Paladin armor set will periodically cause slain enemies to be consecrated and laid to rest. This set also comes with a matching back attachment. Both the helmet and back attachment have options to display the radiant glow, or not, you pick. The Divine Judgment finisher effect locks onto unique enemies before obliterating them with a laser from the heavens. May your critical hits resonate across Rayclast with the Cleric's Bell back attachment. Invite your friends to spend a day at the races in the Vasteri Racecourse hideout. Add rowers to the track to race them against each other.
That's freaking sick. I like that.
Or you can just spectate from the sidelines.
Gamba.
The Penance Pack series also has 6 exclusive microtransactions. With the Penance back attachment equipped, a repentant soul is chained to your back and lashed with lightning. Ouch. Place none other than the Trial Master in your hideout and have him comment on your chaos.
A classic, but far fairer now than in ancient times.
And Val crafting attempts.
Your luck is over, fool.
He even keeps a record of how many Chaos and Val orbs you've used in your hideout during the League, or across all leagues. Blood stains your armor the more life you lose when wearing the Acolyte's Penance armor set.
Oh, don't say the word acolyte.
The Zealot's Madness portal effect fragments as you near it. The Cauldron map device boils maps, fragments, and scarabs placed into it, keeping a tally of how many have been thrown into the pot in the current league or across all leagues. The Exiled Squire pets follow in your footsteps, hyping you up for battles,
No sweat for you, boss.
providing pessimistic commentary,
The cycle repeats.
or voicing their disdain for you to bring you down a peg.
About time you kicked the bucket.
These packs are now available for purchase on both PC and console, and will remain so during Path of Exile, Settlers of Kalguur. Meanwhile, the Solar and Eldritch packs leave the store forever at the launch of Settlers of Kalguur League, so now's your last chance to purchase them. Thank you so much for your ongoing support.
That's cool. I like that.
Now, we have one more thing to announce before getting into the Q&A.
Oh.
We are soon going to be running a small closed beta test for Path of Exile 2. We have been taking signups for the Path of Exile 2 beta tests over at pathofexile2.com. We will only be selecting a very limited number of people for this first test, but if you want to make sure that you are considered, then head over to the website and register your email address now.
Right now.
We're just about to start the Q&A with Ziggy D. Afterwards, we'll post Path of Exile Settlers of Kalguur's full patch notes. With release at the end of next week, our community team will be posting crucial information you'll need for Settlers of Kalguur's release. Keep an eye on the news. On release weekend, we expect to launch the new mystery box
Don't sign up
and
before me,
this season's
chat.
Kirax Vault Pass. Thanks for joining us today and checking out our latest developments. We're looking forward to building our towns alongside you, trying new builds, slaying monsters, and exploring new in-game strategies next week. We'll begin the Q&A shortly, so please get your questions ready.
Was it on the main website? Where's it at? Ah! Did I lose it? Wait, don't do it, chat. Hold on. Let me go first. Let me go first.
Good morning, Exiles. We are live from the Grinding Gear Games studios here in New Zealand. All three of us in person today for the first time ever for a very exciting and massive Q&A after some real whiplash from some huge announcements.
I don't see it. Do you see it?
Kept
Does somebody got a link to it?
You guys just kind of got in a room together and set up the whiteboard and put everything on there, huh?
End of the day, really, it's we have this much time, we have this many people who can do what we do, and we just keep going till the end. Like, it doesn't stop here. Like, we've still got one more week, right? Like, there are still changes that can be made, so we're going to keep making them. So, but yeah, it's huge. It is absolutely massive.
Thank you for the sponsor. It was nice.
It's not
Appreciate
that
it.
big, and I was like, wait, that was crazy. It
Is
just
the link
kept going.
dead? Where's it
Yeah,
at?
I mean, I guess from my perspective, I kind of look at this and I'm like, okay, when I compare it to the amount of stuff that's being created for PoE 2, it seems small, but yeah, when you actually think about it, it's like, yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, making a whole new game there, but we are only
How's
talking
the
about
Bulgaria
Public Exile
doing,
today,
buddy?
and you gave it plenty of space to shine.
Mhm.
And we've got returning leagues, we've got a whole new league with a lot going on, and some very experimental content as well. And with all of that, you did tease us once again with the concept and potential of a boat league, and yet you sailed away and left us stranded on the dock once more. What gives?
It's very much not intentional. I suspect, and honestly, I honestly reckon if someone actually got a boat league, they wouldn't end up actually.
Yeah, where's this? I can't find it. Are you on the website? Do you see it?
Testing it.
I don't see a sign up for.
We'll get there, but until then, you're just going to.
I don't see the
there'll
sign
be
up
boats, but you won't be
for
on the
PoE
boats.
too.
Maybe one day. We'll see.
All right.
Unless I'm
all right,
blind.
We'll have to keep dangling that just out of reach for us. So, does this feel like to you guys? And
Oh,
I've
you
seen this
linked
theory
it?
floated around
Oh,
a
it's-
lot of a bit of
oh.
a send.
I'm an idiot.
For Path of Exile 1, in a sense.
Man,
that
it
we've got
sucks
Path of
being
Exile
this
2 beta
stupid,
kind
you
of
know?
just
I
around
hate
the
it.
corner now.
I guess I don't really see it that way because, you know, we intend to keep on making PoE 1 leagues. You know, we're going to, like, you know, it really is just, you know, the standard lead cycle, you know, it is hard as a studio making two things at the same time, for sure. But, you know, that's something we just have to sort of get used to. Yeah, we certainly wouldn't want people to think, oh, yeah, it's like the last PoE 1 league or something like that, right? It's certainly not the case. You know, like, we're going to be continuing to make PoE 1 leagues, and, you know, that, like, you should expect to see things of this size in the future as well.
So, Settlers of Kalguur, it adds gold, and I think we should touch on that and the whole currency exchange thing first. So, it's obviously using gold for its features, its progression with the workers and upgrading buildings and things like that, but also experimenting with some core game features like respecs and a trading fee for the new currency exchange. Huge announcement there. So those that have been following Path of Exile 2 will be familiar with the concept of gold and why that's a thing that you might add to the game now after it's not had gold for so long. But could you explain what is the idea behind gold?
So really, I mean, gold is something that PoE 1 obviously never had. I think it's something that, in retrospect, I think that didn't help the game. The important thing with gold is that it's not used as
I don't see anything for a beta, do you?
currency. Like,
Murphy?
gold
Morph?
needs to be something that is only like it's bound to the individual character, and that means what it effectively is a measure of how much actual play that you've done, right? Since you can't trade it between players, and that means that it's actually ends up being a perfect currency to be able to do something like gate the player-to-player trade with an automated system like that, because you know, in order to be able to you can't just sit there flipping all day. You actually have to be able to go and play the game as well, and that sort of prevents the kind of crazy inflation that you can get with
register
other
email.
automated, auction house type systems that you see in other action RPGs, or at least that's the theory. But the thing is that we have to test this stuff, and this is the reason why we're really keen to do it as a league mechanic to start with, to sort of see, like, is it going to work? Is the economy going to go weird? What's going to happen? That way we can kind of dip our toe in, see what happens. Test this, because the thing with this trade stuff is you really cannot test it, like in the office, right? Like
hey man, it just says register email. I just thought it looked like it was trying to sign you up, like make an account.
See how that goes. So on some level,
should say register email
need
for beta.
Our community to see what happens with the economy to be able to test something like that, and that's just one of the few areas where that's like that. What we're hoping is that everything just goes fine. It's just way better. We can then immediately put it in the core game as soon as we've done with that. Ideally without too many tweaks, and then that'll be good. But we really have to see by putting it in a league first.
The thing I really like about this gold idea is that it allows you to effectively be converting this idea of friction in the user experience of like physically trading into actual gameplay.
Right,
the stuff we like doing.
For sure. That really helps. And as I said, like this system, it'll be also really nice to be able to see how it works before we ship PoE2 as well. It's really nice to to be able to do that. And we may be able to go further than this. The intention is to go further, and so this is effectively our first the first part. We'll see how it goes. I don't know if you know.
There is also one thing about this, and just because it maybe wasn't clear, is that despite being in the league,
taking his helmet off
gold
was
is just dropping his items from killing everything in the game. You kill monsters, you play the game, you're getting gold. You don't actually need to engage with the league to use the gambling, use the respecking, or use the currency exchange. So despite being in the league, and the gold is only dropping in the league due to us being more experimental with it and seeing how it goes, like if you don't like the league's mechanics, it's not like those are gated behind that as well. I just wanted to clarify that just in case anyone was thinking, I don't want to.
You can just invite Faustus into your hideout and then just use them for that, and that can be the only thing you do if you want.
So all that currency exchange, the item gambling and stuff is all like fully accessible, even if you
had a pecan pie in a while.
don't do any of the other stuff.
For sure.
Which means, of course, if it is successful, it can port into the core game very, very easily. You just turn gold drops on, put Faustus in, done. I mean, there's a little bit more than that, but that's generally the summary of it. It doesn't have to come with the whole kind of city building element and all of that comes alongside it.
Yeah. So do you see it being something that's likely to stick around then? And that's kind of the intention.
That is certainly our intention. It's just that we want to be able to still have an out if things go horribly wrong, or if we feel like we need to change some stuff. So it is certainly our intention to keep it in if we can.
It's a nice little safety net at being part of the league for you then. Safety rip.
Probabilities are high, and I suspect also no one's going to let us remove it, right? So let's be realistic here.
It would have to go horrifically wrong for everyone to be like, okay, you were right, don't do this. I can't imagine. So there's also this gambling thing with Faustus where you can buy these un-ID'd items and actually look pretty powerful from what I saw. Like the items it was producing were like those really well rolled rares. What's the idea behind the gold-based gambles? Why is that a part of it?
Ultimately, it's a sink. You don't want gold to just be accumulated forever. But the awesome thing is that it's a way to target specific base types. And that's ultimately the luxury. So obviously when you're going through the campaign and you're looking for specific targeted gear upgrades, very, very useful for that. And it's, as you get higher and higher level, I guess as you upgrade your tavern, I guess technically
Bob
sort
Newhart
of,
was
but
still
also as you just
alive?
get higher level, it upgrades
crap.
The modifier tier rating, which was a term some people might not know, but it was used in Necropolis League, which effectively cuts off the bottom X tiers that can generate. So the items by endgame will be generating with a minimum tier higher than something, and thus they are pretty powerful items.
It's worth mentioning that like there's quite a lot of changes in this league around the idea of how can we make rares more viable than uniques. Like quite a lot of the balance things are actually around this idea, and that extends to things like adding more base types higher up and so on to make it so that there's like that they can compete with uniques more. The higher tier life mods, all of this sort of stuff, and the gambling and the ability to get rares this way as well is like once again another part of this. So we really want to try and make it so that and the reason why that's important is because if like Mark said in the video with the item quants problem as well, that was one of the other things that sort of meant that you had to be tied to specific uniques like for sure. And so yeah, we just wanted to remove more of the barriers that allow people to just be able to use rares, and then that opens up for more different build types. Like if less uniques become mandatory. That's as I said, it's just another one of those things that kind of affects that.
So with that being an attractive expenditure of gold, how much do you want players to be able to trade currency freely between each other with this very fast and asynchronous currency exchange system? Like, obviously, gold is your ability to control how much of that's happening in terms of volume. How liquid do you want any currency orb drop to be?
So for currency in particular, we're fine with like a very high amount of liquidity. Later on, we've talked about how in PoE2 we're going to be doing asynchronous trade for items as well. For that, we need to have a bit less liquidity, and the reason why is because currency can sync itself. Like there is its own currency sync, so effectively that means that
Stubbles, you in here?
We don't have to like worry too much about fast trade there. Like the relative value should establish, and everything should be okay, and it shouldn't matter too much about that being highly liquid. That said, there is still a gold price to do it because we don't want people literally just sitting there just doing only
It's a
that
pretty
forever,
dramatic
but,
change, Rosie.
that this is something that we don't want to. It certainly should feel like if you're just playing regularly, that
wondering
you can
like
get all
a
the
game
currency you
this
want from the trade market
detailed
and you don't feel
with
restricted
its
by the
ones
gold
and
price.
zeros.
It's not intended to be
I
something.
wonder if they have like
a normal player would
software
run
and stuff
into,
like that
assuming they're just doing
designed
normal things with
to like
currency.
yell at them if they
Of
change a
course,
number on something and
it
what
is
all the
still meant
stuff
to have
that it
high
affects.
friction
You know,
early game.
they gotta have
Yeah,
something
you
like
don't
that.
want-
I'm
You don't want to
assuming.
demean the leveling experience and the new
Yeah,
play
yeah.
experience
Like an
where
AI
they think
kinda
the right
programs
answer
probably
is
would
to
help
go
with
and
that
just
too.
trade all of the stuff
Right.
away. You want it to be that you're more finding items there and
Right,
getting
right.
things organically, and only later in the game does it become.
So the gold prices
yeah.
late in the game are like not a roadblock at all. The gold prices early in the game are a roadblock. So that's kind of preventing that early game kind of issue. that you
Yeah,
have.
because you want an ALC when you're leveling your first character
You
to
do
feel like an ALC.
Yeah, exactly.
Not to be like,
yeah,
oh,
you don't
this
want
should
them
be
to
chaos.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah, okay. But that honestly sounds like a relief that you're not worried about that sort of thing too much, because
right.
that that kind of incentive to hoard
More or
currency
less
and
three
not
guys
spend
on a
it
couch
all
and
while
more. It's
leveling is
a
always
Q&A,
difficult.
and the gameplay, they just spent
this feels
almost
like a
an
bit of a
hour showing.
momentous
And
occasion,
besides, the
the,
game's 10 years
the
old. We know what the
currency
gameplay is!
This,
Done,
'cause
Peel!
You've had this whole system of like the currency that syncs itself and stuff for so long, and now finally blending that with gold and this system. Huge.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's also just a mental block as well.
Oh,
right?
yeah,
It's like,
Stubbles,
how
I
do
was
you add
asking,
gold
a
to
game
PoE?
this
It's like,
complex
it's just one of those.
with its
it's one of
ones and
those things,
zeros.
so,
This
Like
was
skill
one
tree
of
is
the
that
key
big?
components that was,
I was just
part
curious
of like
from
designing the league.
Game dev.
It was largely like how
When they get in and start messing
we
that stuff, do
started
they
from
have
that
like
point, 'cause
programs
again, when
and
you
systems
ask
that are like
most people in the
connected to
office,
that
most
that
players in the office and
warn
outside
them
the
if they
office, what is
change
the, like,
something and what it
number one
affects
problem
and
with
stuff like
Path
that?
of
I wonder,
Exile?
like, I'm curious,
Is
like, what the
what
software actually looks like
experience
for
gives
that.
them the most negative reaction.
For sure.
It's often trade.
Yep.
And especially, and I can't remember if it was last league or the league before.
As I can imagine, they can't
And,
just all keep it in their brains.
I was trying to buy.
You know what I mean? They gotta have like
what
a
was I trying to buy?
program
I
to
can't
help them
remember.
with
It was
this
like
stuff.
one of the catalysts. I was like, okay, I just need a catalyst up my rings and Emmy.
Oh man.
And you know, you get 100 people on the trade website.
Yep.
I just went spam. I got 100 people. And guess how many replied? Zero. Zero people replied to me. And
It's real.
I know you're meant to scroll down because all the top people are just bad actors. And then it's like, okay, I actually got to a point where I was like, okay, genuinely no one replied. And then like so as I say on Discord, I was like, yo, I need some help buying these things. Can everyone just start messaging everyone trying to get these catalysts for me, please? And so yes, it is actually
okay,
one
Rosie.
of, or was hopefully to be no longer soon, the most frustrating experience you can
Yeah.
have as a player at
It
in-game.
was something else.
And yes, so when we're designing the league, we're like, okay, if this is the number one problem, how are we not taking some sort of stride to solve it? And so that's kind of where, well, it almost acted as the basis of how can we build something around that? Because then it's gold, and then it's like, what can you do with gold? And then we just extrapolated from there into all kinds of things. So, yeah, I like that a lot
I
of
would
what
be
we're
curious
developing
to see
now
how
is coming
crazy
from
that-
how can we
that-
solve actual
that
problems
system must
first,
look for
as
them.
opposed to just, well, as well as, but as opposed to entirely like
All
how
the
can we add
tools
cool
involved with
content?
it.
So how can we do both these things at the same time? And I feel like a lot of what's going on in this patch is with that philosophy as opposed to just here's cool stuff. It's solving problems and adding cool stuff at the same time.
I love this trend of you just doing the thing we do and being like, this is awful, just like you said.
actually awful. Like I tried to in that live stream, I tried to voice my disgust at when I talked about price fixes and people who don't reply. But like, if you had got my actual emotional reaction, I would have probably been screaming a little bit and raging like a little bit more.
Yeah, most infuriating thing, and it was one of the things that ground me down last league.
Yeah.
That stopped me from enjoying as much as I could. So it's huge, and it really pairs in with like the Scarab changes and stuff recently as well. So we'll talk more about that later. But the currency exchange includes fragments, scarabs, anything that's homogenized.
Exactly, that's the word. So yeah, anything, so obviously it can't work with things like maps and so on because they don't, they're not all identical. It's just anything that where they're exactly the same. No one item can be distinguished from another.
It has to be able to stack. Is ultimately the goal. Yeah. So yes, use the existing trade system for the things that can't. So that's like beasts can't be, maps can't be. Incubators can't be because they have a level, things like that. They can't because they cannot guaranteed stack on a single thing. And it's not like you don't want to have a tab of incubators where it's got every incubator level 1, every incubator level 2, every incubator level 3, in this giant mega eternal list. So things like that you'll be trading using the existing way, and all stackables you'll trade hopefully using the new way.
All right.
But div cards?
Yes, div cards are in there. Yep.
Wow.
Yep. Wow. Anything that is stackable, that
there's just so many of them. That's all.
Yeah. Anything that's
studio
stackable
looks
and has
pretty
no
nice too.
other variable. Yep.
Wow. And you were telling me that like it will list like the 13 most common trade pairs for each item, and
yeah. So this is the thing, because with this trade system, you can technically trade any item for any other item, because that's how PoE works. So we have to have some kind of way to basically tell players.
I'll probably wrap up
okay,
there,
so
chat.
Here's the actual thing that like people are trading this with.
Keep in mind
so
that tonight is the
unless you're
St. Jude
first person
charity
ever to
stream
trade,
for GCX.
Something, then it's going to say like here's the most popular several things that people trade.
7 days to die. You'll be able to attack
it also shows
mess
you like
with us and have a good
the
time.
market
Okay.
price, obviously, for what's been going on, as well as okay, so we're getting into stock market terms here. But the first five price levels in the order book. So that's to say you can see like what the how many things are available.
I'll be back tonight for the charity. Okay. I'll send you all. I don't know. Or where do we want to? Maybe well, hell, I never get to raid this guy, so yeah. Send you on your way to Captain Richard, okay? Y'all have a good night, or well, I'll see you later tonight. Not a good night. I'll see you later tonight, okay? Have a good day. Take care. Bye.